And it was just convenient. You know, it's by Brookville, and we love going in there. So Jake really redeemed the visit. But I don't know that I'm going to feel comfortable going back there and trying to get our paint.
My name is Arnulfo Jr.
Yeah.
Hello guys. It's at Rollerbot Creator on Instagram and on Facebook.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great. All right.
Yeah.
Day 3. We are now getting ready to airbrush. We are now in the final stages and on schedule. Let's begin.
When you're in love, you do things for the person you love. I don't like wearing my hat like this. I think I look like a dork. My wife thinks I look great, so I'm gonna wear it like this. Did you hear that? Did you see? See? That's what I'm talking about. There you have it. Aristocrats. That set is completely finished. As you can see now, I've airbrushed the entire set there, and bringing it right across the other side here, you can see that now the countryside is finished as well too. So this is completed. We are done. Now I'm going to jump over to the back side and work over in the for the dinner theater, which is going to be the logs, which I have to do. Only got a couple of hours left to work before we have other commitments we have to take off to. So I'll keep this short and sweet, and then just so you can see how the airbrush has worked in tying everything up and making it more three-dimensional and giving it more of a depth look to it. Now I keep repeating myself over and over, but that's what's important. It makes these sets pop and make them work really well. If you're interested in working on the airbrush and how I work here, just drop us a line. I'll be more than happy to help you out, and any tips that I can help you out with to make your sets even better. If you're high school students, drop me a line. I can turn around and tell you how it's done. If you have artistic skills, you'd be amazed at how much the airbrush will be able to help you out. Okay, so enough of that, and I'm going to jump over to the logs, and we'll see you on the other side. Behold, logs. Big logs. She likes them. Boss is happy.
Hello. We're home. Well, actually, only I'm home. Nuffy was home briefly. So I don't even know if he had a chance while I was cleaning the brushes to even kind of sum up what we had done today. You saw we were over at Brookville. We were trying to get as much done as possible. And you could see he finished airbrushing the mansion, the countryside. I think he just did the clouds and that, so I don't think there was really much to do for that. And then on the back side, all those logs and the fireplace. And let's see. While he was doing that, I was also trying to work on FDA. We mentioned we would be working on 3 of them simultaneously. Plans changed a little bit. Part of that was because we had some issues over at Lowe's. And it's so funny because we watch these videos of people getting sponsors and we're thinking, you know, they want to get them from different stores and things. We thought, gosh, our favorite place is Lowe's. We love going to Lowe's. For our wedding, we got a Lowe's gift card. It was amazing. So we thought, gosh, we get so much of our paint there. We get lauan for different sets. Wouldn't it be great if sometime Lowe's sponsored us? So yesterday we stopped over there. On our way to work on the set, we wanted to pick up 6 sheets of lauan. So we had a great plan. At least it sounded great in our head. We walked in, got the swatches of paint that we needed for FDA. It was 5 different paints. And I said, you know what, I'll go to the counter, I'll get the paint, and I'll wait here. Nuffy went over and got the lauan. We figure by the time he buys it, sets up the truck so that he can fit all those 6 pieces of lauan in, tie that down, get it ready. By the time he comes in, the paint should be close to done. Well, that wasn't the case. It wasn't even close. And we've never had a bad experience at Lowe's, but it was terrible. So as a young boy working there, which is fine, except he wasn't friendly, he wasn't professional at all. but I figure everyone is entitled to having a bad day. So I told him what I needed. He acted like it was a huge inconvenience, but I didn't care. So waited, then I realized as he was starting to work, I asked him if he had already, punched them all in, because I wanted to change one of the gallons just to a quart. And again, very unprofessional, said, it doesn't come in that brand. We don't make quarts. I said, that's fine. I know you carry quart size, so whatever you have, we just don't need a gallon. Okay. So I kept my cool and it was fine. But then he called another boy. I keep saying boy because they looked so young and acted so immature. So there was another woman there with probably her daughter, younger girl, and he called over to one of the other employees, hey, can you come help this lady? And the other boy said he was on a break, and it was just super unprofessional, but I bit my tongue. Figure, okay, at least he's asking for help. Well, they didn't help. There ended up being 4 young boys in there. None of them seemed to want to be there. They certainly didn't want to work. They wanted to talk about parties and games and things like that. So all the while I'm trying to wait, finally, I needed to go find a manager, because not only are they taking up a lot of time we could be painting, they're being incredibly rude. So they tried calling the manager. It took forever just to find somebody who looked like they had worked there for more than, 2 weeks. Tried to call the manager, didn't work. I said, you know what, we're not going to buy the paint here. This is horrible. So we ended up leaving, and I asked him to ask Nuffy to just go ahead if we could just return the lauan. We used to be able to get it for about $15, $16. They were charging over $20. I think it's they don't carry the real thin one anymore maybe, but I knew we could get it over at Home Depot for about $14 or $15. And I just felt like Lowe's didn't deserve our business. So took it all back, and while he was there, the manager was super apologetic. Jake he did an amazing job. He ended up getting our paint. Can you see that there? $1. By the time we finally went back in, returned it, he said, oh, if the paint's ready, I said, I don't want to waste any more time here, but if the paint's ready, he had offered 50% off, and I said, that's fair, but I don't want to take up a whole nother hour waiting for it to be done. So it was done, got it for $1, saved our budget. Wasn't playing hardball, I really wasn't, but we have a lot of other places, Davis Paint, and they were closed yesterday, which is why we didn't go. And it was just convenient, it's by Brookville, and we love going in there. So Jake really redeemed the visit, but I don't know that I'm going to feel comfortable going back there and trying to get our paint. The people who've worked there previously have been so nice. They know us. We're in there all the time. They know that we do sets. They know what kind of paint we need. They'll work with us and, kind of talk to us and stuff, but I don't even expect that. But I do expect them to be professional, and I expect to be able to get my paint in less than an hour. I don't know, maybe that's asking too much, but I don't think so. So anyway, that's my big rant for the day. So we worked on that today. I ended up rolling the FDA panels and at least got them like primed and base coated. And we had to rush to get out of there because Nuffy needed to make it back over to Plasma before they close at 7. And Monday's his day to go. We knew that. But we were trying to squeeze in every last minute to finish as much as possible. But we also need to go work on LCA tomorrow. So we needed to take our stuff over to storage. So we needed to pack it all up. It can't stay in the truck. It's well below freezing. So we had to take that over to storage, unload it, bring the paint in. Set up here in the living room. Usually we're able to put our paint in here, but we just felt like tomorrow we're going to load it up anyway. It's not really in the way. We're not planning on anyone coming over to visit. So we can live with it. Doesn't block too much. Anyway, so as I said, Nuffy is at Plasma. I'm here. I'm going to try to edit some videos and work on some other stuff on the computer. I think it'll be just kind of a relaxing evening for me. When Nuffy gets home, he'll probably work on painting. He's got just, I think, one full painting to finish, or to start, maybe finish one and then finish the last details of his penguin. I'm not sure, but the penguin painting I think will be the very last one he does, and then it's just a matter of getting it all framed. While I'm talking about that, living room. We thought we were going to pack up our Christmas stuff, and then we decided not to. And like I said, we're not planning on having guests right now, so we just kept them in here. You know, upstairs you probably saw him. Nuffy's studio is a pretty good size, but when he's working on 13 or 14 different paintings all at once, there's not a whole lot of room for stuff. And we like to leave a little area for when Eric comes over so he can go upstairs, like he grabbed games and stuff the other day. So we kept him down here, but this right here, these are our frames. This is his frames. There's some more frames. And then this is the portrait he did for Beauty and the Beast. I'm not sure if we showed you that before, but it's pretty large, so we have to take that with us tomorrow. So this is it. And I think I'll leave you with an incredible view of our guest room. But there's the roller bots, and behind that is some of our nephew Luke's stuff. Nuffy's gonna do a shadow box for him to celebrate his state championship for football. Alright, we'll talk to you guys soon. Good night.